Please remain standing for singing. You may be seated. Good morning. Today is Monday, September 12th, and it is a D-Day on your schedule. Today's quote by Stacy Alcorn is in honor and remembrance of all lives lost in the tragedy of 9/11 that occurred 21 years ago yesterday. 9/11, a day to remember that extraordinary heroes are often disguised as ordinary people, and that spirit and soul are unbreakable. To honor these heroes and to stand in solidarity with all those affected by this tragedy, please join me in a moment of silence. Today is a good day to remind ourselves that service is a catalyst towards unity. During our Convocation and Honor Code Assembly, let's all remember the importance of integrity, spirit, and soul, and let's take a step in matching the morality of the SEM community to the collective mourning of those lost in 9/11. And now for other announcements. Today for lunch is baked potato bar, and tomorrow is picture day. More information is available in the email sent out on Friday, and I will update you tomorrow with class photo locations and times. Are there any faculty announcements?
Good morning, everyone. The first meeting of Chamber Ensemble will happen today during first lunch. Please come here to the chapel. Thank you.
Any other faculty announcements? Student announcements?
There's a community service board meeting, a second lunch in the chapel today. It's like our first meeting, so yeah, be there. Thank you.
Any other announcements? Okay, I'll hand it over to Mrs. Marlette.
Good morning and welcome to the Convocation and Honor Assembly. As Anna has said, it is a very special day at SEM where it combines all of what is good about SEM and hopefully gives us inspiration for the year. We've had our celebrations, our picnic our alumni gathering, our class trips, but today is the official opening of the school year, both academically and with our honor code signing. The idea of service that Anais mentioned is so appropriate as I introduce our speaker today. Service and integrity are two words that just go hand in hand with Tara Ellis. Tara Ellis is president and CEO of Feed More Western New York. In this role, she oversees the largest hunger relief organization in Western New York, which provides nutritious food and support to food insecure communities of all ages throughout Cattaraugus, Chautauqua, Erie, and Niagara counties. In 2020, Feed More Western New York provided nearly 16 meals and served 880,000 individuals through its variety of feeding programs. Tara joined the Food Bank of Western New York as president and CEO in October of 2017, with the vision of bringing together the food bank and Meals on Wheels in order to better serve Western New York's vulnerable community members and fill unmet needs. Prior to her role at the food bank, she served 6 years as president and CEO of both the Meals on Wheels Foundation of Western New York and Meals on Wheels for Western New York. Her previous professional experience included 6 years as Chief Development and Communications Officer for the internationally renowned Basic Biomedical Research Facility Hauptmann Woodward Research Institute, 10 years as Vice President of Internal Corporate Communications Department at M&T Bank, and a combined 5 years with the New York State Senate and Erie County Legislature. Ellis is an active community member and serves on the boards of the National Association of Nutrition and Aging Services Programs. She's the chair-elect. The Meals on Wheels Association of New York State, immediate past president, and Feeding New York State secretary. She also serves on the Regional Advisory Council for the Western New York Regional Food System Initiative, Future Food Western New York, led by Scale, and is a member and past president of the Buffalo Seminary Alumni Association. Feeding America, Meals on Wheels, and Junior League, and Feeding America, Meals on Wheels, and Junior League of Buffalo. She previously served on boards and volunteers for numerous other community-based organizations. Ellis is a 2021 Leadership Buffalo Values Award honoree and will receive the Community Impact Award at a ceremony in August. She also received a 2021 Community Impact Award from the Buffalo chapter of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, and she was named a 2020 Woman of Influence by Buffalo Business First. Most importantly, Tara is a SEM alumna from the class of 1988. Welcome to our SEM sister, Tara Ellis.
Good morning. How is everybody today on a Monday morning? Everybody, wow, I see energy here. I don't remember energy on Monday mornings when I was a student here 120 years ago, as Helen shared. I'm so thrilled to be here with everybody, Hornets and Jackets alike, although you might be able to guess which one I am from my jewelry choice this morning. I do lots and lots of speaking engagements, but I have to admit this one had me really nervous because I'm coming home. This is home for me, and I love this school, and I hope that you love it just a fraction as much as I do. It's really an honor to be here to speak in front of this amazing group of talented, compassionate young leaders of the future. You may know it already, or you may not have yet discovered it, but each and every one of you are change makers. And I really can't wait to see how all of you are going to use your SEM experience to make our community and the community of our world a better place to live, work, and grow. Helen asked me to share a little bit about my journey and the work that I do today. And I really have been blessed my whole life with a loving, kind, and generous, tight-knit family. So I always had more than most, I realize that. And I've been surrounded by smart, strong, confident women in my family. Could we ask for more than that? Smart, strong, confident women, right, girls? I never really fully understood growing up that we were what other people would classify as poor. That was kind of news to me. My dad was serving in Nam when I was born, and he came home to a life working in steel mills, which meant being laid off a lot in the 70s, long time ago, long before you guys can even imagine. And our family moved around a lot to accommodate what it means often to live in poverty. We moved 7 or 8 times by the time I was 7 years old. As a child, you know when your parents are stressed, right? I'm sure you can feel when the vibe in your house isn't quite right. And when we were standing in line for things like free cheese and free peanut butter, or I was sharing a weekly donut sitting on a dryer in a laundromat with my sister, it felt more like adventure than hardship. I didn't fully understand it at the time. I attended public schools and was recruited to SEM as a scholarship student, which really was an amazing honor for my family. And I can say unequivocally that SEM completely changed my life. No question. It set me on a path to first seek higher education. This was not something anybody in my family ever thought could even be an aspiration. And then to continually push the envelope in my life and career. SEM was very simply for me, and is still today, and is now for each and every one of you, opportunity. Opportunity in overt ways. For example, I hope you know you're receiving a truly world-class education. A handful of years ago, my niece, who was attending a rather poor public high school here in Western New York, missed passing her Regents chemistry by 1 point. Her college acceptance hung in the balance, and she had one chance to take a makeup test. We reached out to her school numerous times with emails, phone calls, pleas to give the child a little bit of help, to get the help she needed to be able to pass that test. They were ignored. I sent one email to SEM and had 3 teachers on this faculty offer to tutor her. A teacher from this school who did not know me at all and did not know my niece drove from Rochester 3 times to meet with her to help teach her, and thank you, Helen, for making that happen. In just 3 hours, Riley's retake resulted in getting a test score of 93, almost a 30, help me guys, what is 30-point, thank you, difference. And you have access to this education each and every day. At Riley's school, just a few short years ago, she was one of a handful that even went on to college. Still today, people are surprised in some of our schools in this community when people go to college. Here, there's an assumption that you're going to go, right? Where will you go to college, not will you go to college? Will you take a gap year? And if you do, what will you do next? There's always a path forward here at SEM. The SEM value of being scholars and leaders is an opportunity for you to set the stage for your life's journey to be one of your own design. I know you don't know this, but that's a luxury. It's a gift. That is such a gift. An opportunity can be covert. When I was a student here, I used to ride around town with a friend's mom. She would drive us places, and she always had NPR on in the car. I never even heard of public radio. I was fascinated, and I've been a devotee since. The things you're being exposed to here each and every day is something that is new or different from maybe what you grew up with or what you experience in your own home. I hope you're open to it. I hope each day you draw that in. A simple act as a car ride for me reinforced the SEM value of global perspective. Where and how will that value touch you? All you have to do is look around. I'm so impressed by how amazingly this school has prioritized truly being a global institution. And the values of belonging, character, and resilience. These are really big values to embody, honestly, for anyone, let alone a high school student who may still be learning the world around her and where she fits in. I know it can be so hard to figure out how to be comfortable in your own skin. I know when I was sitting in those pews, I had no clue how I fit in my own skin. I'm still trying to figure it out some days. But what an opportunity we have, and each of you have, to make everyone feel included, to truly live with truth and integrity, even when that is the harder thing to do. And when you fall, and you will fall, we all fall, to tap into that resilience and let it make you stronger. And let's be honest, we as women need to be strong, and we need the smart, thoughtful, intelligent men around us to help and support us in that strength. All around the world today, women's rights are under attack. Rights that women before Helen's and my generation started fighting for. We cannot take them for granted, can we? We see this happening everywhere in the United States and abroad. This fight is real, and each of us needs to carry the banner so you and your daughters and your granddaughters have choice and freedom. It's a gift. We have to protect it. I have and always will be a very proud SEM girl. I love this school, and hearing that song this morning honestly made me a little emotional. And in addition to the top class and transformative education we all know that you're getting here, I was always encouraged, and I am sure you are too, just by watching the way this assembly worked today, to think critically, to be independent, to lead with purpose, courage, and conviction. I learned that it's okay to put yourself out there, not something that I actually saw in my public school environment, to be honest. You don't have to be the smartest person in the room, God knows I'm not, or the most fearless, also not. But you do have to be the person that is the most dedicated and most dogged, always, in everything that you do. Seek the yes. How do you get to the yes or the solution for yourself and those around you? SEM truly inspired me and prepared me for a career dedicated to serving my community. And SEM showed me the value of women being present for, supporting, and mentoring other women. Much like the Sisterhood of the Junior League, which I think is also a wonderful example of women supporting women and being leaders, a woman's presence in a girl or a woman's life can be life-changing. I've seen examples of this in my career where women held other women down. Is that what we want to do as women? Get above on the ladder by stepping on other women's heads? No. Lift the women around you up. They will lift you too. And you're going to have countless experiences in your life to be the difference for a woman. Just like the many women on my path who held me up, pulled me forward, and stood by my side. I hope you always take that opportunity to choose love, not on a bumper sticker or as a social media tag, but to live the love and live the values that those that you live by and that are set for you by SEM. I was so excited this morning when I heard that today is signing the Honor Code Day. It's more than just putting your name on a piece of paper or a pledge. It's standing up for honor for yourselves, your neighbors, your friends, your colleagues that you're sitting next to right now. It's committing to the values, the core values that define you. And the core values here at SEM are very similar to the core values that we try to live up to every day at Feed More. We too are striving to foster a community of belonging and to work on our mission with integrity, compassion, and empathy. We believe that nutritious food access is a human right, and we lovingly serve everyone, regardless of their age, background, or circumstance. The neighbors we assist range from newborns, because yes, girls, moms living in poverty reuse diapers on their babies. I didn't know that, and it's not okay. All the way up to our oldest client, who right now is 104 years old. Now it's her turn to be cared for by you and by us. And right now, as Helen mentioned, tens of thousands of people in our 4-county service area are struggling every day with hunger. Working families, veterans, neighbors living with disabilities, grandparents, and students just like you. We are in worse shape here in Western New York than all of the rest of the state. 1 in 5 children go home to an empty cupboard and no food in the refrigerator. You may have friends or neighbors who get by on a free breakfast or lunch at school and look to programs like ours to get by. I know it was a relief to my family when I could come down here, go into that kitchen with John, and get something to eat in the morning. You may not even know the person sitting next to you is struggling. At a recent presentation just like this, I learned the story of a local 16-year-old young lady who I'm going to call Charlotte to protect her anonymity. Her 2 sisters, who are aged 14 and 13, and their grandpa. Their dad died tragically in 2020, and several months ago they lost their mom to cancer. Within weeks of losing their mom, they were evicted from their apartment and lost their benefits as unattended minors. This is what is happening to children right here in our backyard. The only living adult left in their lives is their 73-year-old grandfather who has limitations caused by a stroke. They moved in with him to keep their family together, but in seeking to restore their benefits, they found out that Grandpa's disability Social Security is $53 too much a month to care for 4 people. They tried to get him help and were told by 211 that he didn't qualify. $53 too much. You can figure that out for 4 people, right? They tried again through the Department of Social Services and were told, if Grandpa can't care for you, maybe we should take you children, split you up, and put you in the community and care. Now you're scared. Not wanting to lose the only family they had left, Charlotte shared with her high school guidance counselor that she might just have to drop out of school. How could she care for 2 younger family members and her grandfather if she's trying to go to school and do what you're doing every day? The counselor, fortunately, did not accept those walls. She sought the yes. She found me at a presentation and asked for help. And we can't accept being stuck by those walls. When she told us about this tragic story, we made some phone calls, we shook some trees. Now we have Grandpa receiving Meals on Wheels. We have frozen emergency food kits going to those kids. And our social work team brought the girls the school supplies they desperately need to be able to start school this year. Charlotte and her sisters have returned to school, and she's even trying to work a part-time job to help improve the family's financial reality. She even dreams of the luxury of being able to play a sport, but the most important thing is keeping her family together. We're working to provide all of our neighbors, just like Charlotte's family, and tens of thousands more across our county service area, our 4-county service area, in need with nutritious food, friendship, and dignity, so they don't have to go hungry, so they don't have to be split up and separated from those that they love. And we're also committed to looking to the longer term by shortening the line, tackling hunger at its root, through innovative solutions like our workforce development program, RISE, farm market, container farms, and other new ways to try to change the way things are done. And as hard as we're working, as much as my team is amazing and wonderful, we aren't going to solve hunger during my tenure at Feed More. Hunger has been with us since the beginning of time. We will each day relieve suffering. We will each day create hope where none existed before. We will feed little tummies so they can learn and be in a classroom and play. And we need each and every one of you by our sides as we do this work today and in the future. We are looking to each one of you as future leaders to shape our society, a society where poverty and injustice do not exist, and where everyone is empowered to have hope and to thrive. To have that opportunity will make the difference between surviving and building a life. You wonderful women have opportunity. SEM is all about opportunity. You have that opportunity right now. I really implore you, I hope that as you think about service, as you go to that second lunch service meeting today, you find your passion, whether it is children, hunger, education. Find your passion and tap into your compassion. When you choose love and compassion, it is going to light a fire in you that can never be extinguished. I know each and every one of you in the room are going to be that light that guides us all to a better tomorrow. Thank you so much for including me today.
Wow. What a magnificent start to our year. You, by example, and your voice lift each of us up and give us strength to go forward. Many of you may not know that last spring, Ms. Ellis gave a generous donation to Buffalo Seminary to our annual fund. At that point in time, we made a commitment that as a school, we would support Feed More Western New York. I'll stop in and chat at the Community Service Board meeting today to figure out how we can honor our commitment to help Tara Ellis in her quest to save, not cure hunger, but help keep people secure and safe. So thank you again, Tara. It is a magnificent start. We have a small gift for you for coming this morning. It's now my pleasure to welcome the Honor Board Committee to the podium. That was badly done, sorry. Community Honor Board.
Good morning, and welcome to this year's Honor Assembly. I'm Mrs. Wagner, for those of you who don't know me. And before we officially begin, allow me to review what our honor code states. Academic honor requires respect for the intellectual and artistic property of others. Social honor requires treating ourselves and the other members of our community with respect, communicating honestly with one another, valuing our differences, and representing our school in a positive way. In her opening day address to the school, Anais spoke about gratitude. I am grateful to be part of a school whose honor code is more than just one of the many traditions we carry year to year. Its values really are the glue that binds our community together, faculty, staff, and students. It may even be one of the facets of daily SEM life that drew you to our school. Our honor code is not just a few sentences we think about only today or just a pledge we sign after a test. It's not just about not cheating and being nice to one another. The honor code is about living your life with integrity and honesty. Now, there may be times in your SEM career when you find that your character is challenged or weakened. You might be so behind in your schoolwork that you're tempted to copy and paste for a paper, or so frustrated that you want to vent on social media, or are tempted by how much easier it would be to just copy those homework answers. If you do find yourself in these kinds of situations, we hope that you'll remember that there are always people here at SEM to help you. Talk to your friends, sponsors, teachers, advisor. There's always someone here to help you make the right decision. If you remember to do this, it's nearly impossible to make the wrong decision and find yourself in trouble. But the Community Honor Board has the important task and responsibility of maintaining the ideals of this community. When honor code violations do occur, it is the Community Honor Board's mission to review these violations and help reinforce the academic and social honor codes throughout the school year. In addition to living up to the ideals of the honor code, which we all pledge to do, your student and faculty representatives also evaluate and weigh in on what should be done when your peers fall short of the community's expectations. This year, your board is comprised of myself, Ms. Cunningham, Mrs. Green, Ms. Drozd, Cleo Granville, Denasia Montgomery, Soo-Young Kim, Cassidy Merriman, Shannon Sacamando, and Kaylin Budnick. A few of our members will now share with us all a reflection on what the honor code means to them.
Okay, hi everyone. So to me, the honor code means that I can express love, trust, and respect for myself, my peers, my teachers, and all those around me. Without the honor code, us as a SEM community wouldn't be as connected and close as we are today.
Following the honor code allows you to honor yourself and others at school. Our school should be a place where everyone can succeed, but also a place where students are comfortable to fail and try again. By following the honor code, we are able to connect as a community and represent that community in a positive light.
Honor for me is the responsibility to hold myself accountable for my actions, is the ability to be proud of myself at the end of the day, knowing that I maintained respect for myself and others.
Thank you. SEM is a school in which the relationships between faculty and students are based on trust and mutual respect. It is a privilege to be a part of this kind of community, and it is all of our responsibility to maintain the integrity of the honor code. In signing the board today, we are all pledging to uphold the honor code and are committing ourselves to its values. As we all take turns signing the board, we will sit quietly, and I would encourage you to use this time to reflect on what the honor code means to you personally. We will start with the community honor board members, including faculty members. If you want to come up, Ms. Green and Ms. Strohs. And then we'll start with the front pews. We'll come up 2 at a time, 1 from each side, to sign the board, and then you can circle back down the aisles to your seats until everyone has finished.